Welcome back to the Pergamon campaign. We are moments away from jumping into, I think, our largest pitched battle yet. The only thing to even be minorly concerned about is the artillery that the enemy has. But they have 2 units of cavalry, so we should be able to kill the cavalry and isolate the artillery relatively easily. We do have some artillery of our own as well. So let's get in there and get this started. Oh, and they want to fight out on the field too. So I'm really hoping this isn't going to be another one of those relatively easy battles that I turn into a disaster battle, because I've already had a couple of those in this campaign. But I'm thinking if we can get the cavalry around, take out their artillery, that'll force them into our position, and if we can force them into our position, hopefully we can get our hoplites set up. Our hoplites will be able to deal with their levies with no problems at all. Now, unfortunately, our reinforcements are coming on from a very, very bad location. So what we're going to do is force the enemy to make a choice. They can either commit to this side, and go in against my wall of axemen, or they can commit to our reinforcements and deal with our wall of pikes. I'm actually going to get pretty aggressive with these skirmishers, I think. Skirmishers and the general really need to get involved in this battle. I'm going to move the artillery forward as well.
We are at your command.
Alright, well, let's kick it off.
Missiles ready and waiting.
Okay, so they've deployed right on our reinforcements, which is really, really bad, actually. Fortunately, we've got a bunch of our... We don't actually have hoplites, we have pikes. I don't know why I was saying hoplites earlier. But let's get the pikes established as quickly as possible. Get the cavalry moving in position. Get all of these guys running forward. We don't need the artillery to go quite that far forward. So we'll just get the axemen to start hauling ass over here.
Cavalry at your service.
Need to be a little bit careful with my general over there. Just because I don't want to run him into any stakes or anything. Keep the pikes moving forward. We got a couple more units to add to the line.
Advance the speed and the double.
Okay, they ran their cavalry right around behind me. I was not expecting that. So I need to bring my cavalry back. Fortunately, I kept my spears back by the artillery so I can protect my artillery. Oh, the reinforcements are coming from behind me. Alright, well this is even worse. Okay, axemen, turn around. Yeah, this just turned into a hot mess really, really fast. Okay, sacrifice the levies to the front. Cavalry need to start working around and get after their artillery. Pikemen are getting absolutely blasted by... I'm gonna send these lighter infantry over here to help out with that fight, and then these guys come deal with this threat up here. Okay, Axemen, get as many of your javelins out as you can.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Cavalry, you've really got to get a move on here. I'm gonna have to play without the... ah, crap. I'm gonna have to play without the foliage as much as I can, just because it's gonna make it way too hard for me to tell what's going on. Okay, we can get in against some of their artillery right now, which is good. Axeman not getting a charge bonus is bad. Okay, let's get up here and hit them on the flank as much as we can. Yeah, you guys come all the way out and around. Artillery, you need to not be on fire at will. You need to only hit what I tell you to hit. Okay, you guys shoot their cavalry. You guys will have to go around and deal with their artillery that should be coming in from back there. Okay, pikemen. Phalanx. Cavalry, get ready to get out of there. Archers,
Our hidden units have been
form up,
discovered.
and you may fire at will. Okay. It's a bit of a cluster, but we're doing alright so far. Got reinforcements over here to flesh out our ranks if we need it. Our artillery is not going to be particularly effective, I don't think. Okay, is that their artillery shooting at us? I don't know where their artillery is, unfortunately. You guys just keep shooting into that. You guys go ahead and charge the rear. The nice thing is they have very, very low morale. Okay, so they still have a large force over here. I need to get my archers in. I need to get my cavalry out. Archers, step it up and start engaging pikemen. We're just going to start moving you forward. Okay, these guys are all still goofing up. These guys have almost made it through. Okay, so we are dealing with this cluster over here. Artillery, you really need to stop shooting, so you can actually go ahead and turn around now. Archers from the first army, reform over here. You should probably be on guard mode. Okay, axemen, start moving back this direction.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay, discovering hidden units, that's all well and good, but all I care about right now is their artillery. Okay, these guys are isolated. I'm going to pull them back while their buddy levies are getting up here. Okay, pikemen are not getting good engagements here. Archers come out of fire at will, start hitting specific targets. They still have some artillery. Okay, you guys go ahead and get involved up here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, axemen, you get to hold the front line as long as you can. There's the other artillery. I think it's kind of glitching out on the... what's it called? Barricades that the AI have set up there. Okay, we've got a decent little thing going here. These guys can just come out of phalanx and start running forward.
Pikes at the ready.
We use the cavalry to run these guys down. The archers start moving out and around the flank. Okay, now here's where it gets really messy.
What are your orders? Missile infantry at your command.
Still haven't found their other artillery over here yet. Okay, I really need my cavalry to actually get a move on.
gamer cavalry!
Pikemen! Pike phalanx!
Archers, just do what you can. Okay, these guys have drawn off a little bit of the enemy force. Holy cow, this is a cluster of a battle to jump in on. Okay, we need to start rotating troops over this way to help out our front line. Archers, I meant to give an attack order, but I obviously gave a move order. That's unfortunate. Go here, go ahead and fire at will. You guys countercharge that. Send some levies after these guys and some axemen to help out with it. The rest of them can move to the front.
Our hidden units have been
Artillery, start going in on the bigger clumps.
Spears! Orders! The brave ready for me!
Okay. I thought they had some ballista coming in. Okay, pikemen, go ahead and form phalanx. I'm just going to give a blanket attack order there. You guys start running up to the front line. You guys try and keep up. Hopefully over here we can kill the artillery without taking too much damage from the spears. Need to get more bodies on the front here.
Yes, Commander! At the double! Double time! Commander!
You guys are going to plug that gap. You guys are going to plug this gap. You guys need to get out of there. Forgot to have them actually go get involved in the fighting. Okay, this guy has kind of dealt with his targets. Holy cow, this has been messy.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, pikemen, just come out of phalanx. It's not doing you any favors right now. Start moving this direction.
Spears!
Artillery, go ahead and hit this clump now. Archers, shoot into that grouping. Okay, there's all of their extra spears. That should be their extra artillery as well. Okay, cavalry probably needs to get out of here, but they're going to be stuck on barricades, so let's just try and pull them this direction and not run them over the stakes. Archers, I really need you guys to actually shoot the enemy archers. You guys that are out of ammo, just stay out of it. Okay, their artillery is going to start hitting me in the back now, which is a problem. I've got way too many units hung up there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, let's organize the pikes a little bit so I can select them easier. Of course, and then I still just band select them. Cavalry, not doing anything useful. Let's go get them involved. Artillery, you can go ahead and drop your equipment and run. Yeah, we need more bodies over there.
Our general is under attack.
Ready and waiting.
I didn't realize the reinforcement situation was going to be so bad in this battle.
Advance at speed.
Okay, our line is kind of holding over here, but we are massively overwhelmed on this side of things. Give an attack order here just to scare them off, hopefully. Artillery pieces actually take a little while to kill in this. Is that a shattered unit? That's a shattered unit, just keep moving. Okay, got a much needed break over there. Artillery crews, you should still just be running away. Okay. Move back to your pieces. Okay, we need these guys to start rotating up this direction. How's the general doing? It'll take him a little while, and he's going to get shot to pieces while he's doing it, but he'll take care of it. Okay, you guys try not to pull straight through the enemy spears. Come up and around. I was going to say, I know I have more cavalry than this. Let's get some rear charges over there just to help out the front line. You guys need to go into phalanx. You guys go ahead and keep moving forward. Okay, these axemen are not going to last much longer. You know what, we can take out a bunch of their skirmishers right now. But the longer those axemen can last, obviously, the better. Let's get as many of our artillery crew back on their artillery pieces as we can. Okay, we need help in this clump. Forgot these archers existed. And that's a unit of pikes not in phalanx, that's bad. Okay, you guys go ahead and keep advancing. Archers, just run. Just get out of there. There's no sense letting you die in a bad situation.
Ready for orders. Pikes! We are at your command.
Okay, new target over here. We have tons of infantry that I'm not even using. Let's pull the cavalry back out of it. Work these guys around the side. Let the general get a bit of a rear charge. We'll try and pick a unit that's closer to the rear.
Heavy cavalry. Orders. Ready and willing.
You guys really need to get out of there.
Ready. Pikemen. Understood. By your command. Melee infantry.
Okay, a whole bunch of pikes here that we're not using. Let's bring them over to deal with this clump.
Pikemen. Ready.
Keep giving attack orders there. Okay, get the general out, hit him with a rally, charge the spears in to fill the gap.
Melee cavalry.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Okay, we're starting to lose guys on this front again. Artillery didn't make it back onto your equipment, did you? Alright, well whatever, we won't use the artillery then. Okay, still working on the general over here. Let these guys keep getting some kills, have the general chase down what he can. Hooey, what a mess. Okay, pull the archers back actually to this line. Have these guys reform and start collapsing on these guys, because I think they're trying to retreat a little bit here.
Pike infantry at your command. By your command. Pikemen. Orders understood. Melee cavalry at your
Keep the cavalry away from the spears as much as possible.
The gamer cavalry. Your orders. Galatians. At your service. Ready for. Pikemen.
Okay, now our pikes should be able to get some stuff done for us. Man, this general just does not want to break. I think personally, if I was caught between two units of pikes, I would want to be off that battlefield real quick. Okay, one of you guys can shoot, right? So go ahead and shoot into that. I need to pull these pikes out because they're just not set up to have a successful engagement there. Go ahead and keep moving the cavalry around, keep bringing the infantry forward. Jeez, what a mess. Okay, we still have more infantry coming in from behind that we need to deal with. You guys skirmish with them. Okay, pikes break when you pull them out of combat. That's understandable. You guys go ahead and get those townsfolk out of the battle.
We await your command.
Do you know what? Go for a target that's kind of isolated. That way maybe we can
At your service. Melee troops.
just kill them off without getting a ton of friendly fire.
Ready for order.
Okay, you guys are back on your equipment, so you can shoot over there now. Wow, this was messy. Our pike line still looks pretty healthy. Our axes look like they took most of the damage from this battle, so that's okay. Don't need to continue it because it was a settlement battle. I will, though, just because I think some of their forces were outside the settlement, and so anything else we can run down, we probably should chase. You guys need to stop that before you shoot into
One of our units has used all its
anymore.
ammunition.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a second unit out here. Wow! That was exhausting. I haven't done like a proper field battle that was that messy. I'm kind of proud of myself for not pausing it though. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with the damage we took, but I'm happy with myself for not pausing it. Maybe I'm getting a little better at micromanagement. Obviously I didn't have very clean battle lines. I mean, there were a lot of things we could have done better, like, you know, paying attention to where the enemy reinforcements were coming from. But, you know. It really helped out that their reinforcing ballista, oh, they actually destroyed 2 of them. Their reinforcing ballista didn't come in until the end of the battle, because they actually had more than 40 units.
Gamer cavalry. The brave. Ready for orders. The gamer cavalry.
Our cavalry actually managed to stay pretty healthy as well, which I'm happy about because I was not very careful with them. These archers, I'm fine with them taking a little bit of a beating. The axemen, it's unfortunate, but we can just merge them and hopefully re-recruit them easy enough. And obviously the levies don't matter at all, so... Whew. It looks like we lost a unit of mercenaries there, which is a bit unfortunate, but they're mercenaries, it's okay if they die. We kept the artillery pretty healthy. Most of the infantry is in decent shape. Yeah, I would say that is a close victory, but a victory I am happy with. I doubt we're going to get a decisive victory out of that, because we took a lot of casualties. We could go run down this last little bit, but whatever, I think that's enough for this battle. Yep, so we lost the levies, the mercenary, well, I don't think the units are gone entirely, but they're essentially gone. They're effectively gone. Man, look at these axemen putting in the work, though. Granted, all we were up against is levies, so it's not like they actually had any serious staying power, but still, that was a lot of bodies to deal with. I think it definitely worked to my advantage that it was a field battle instead of a city battle, just because it made it easy for me to get to their artillery, because those scorpions could have done a ton of damage to me. Yep, and our important army is still in really good shape. Sweet. Now I don't remember. Okay, Kabbalah, I think... Let's see. I think this is the first settlement in the region for me, or in the province for me, so I'm gonna loot it.
At your command.
I was right. Man, I love it when I'm right. I really should have liberated it, though, shouldn't I? No, never mind. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, let's just dismantle. It's the fastest way to get food started here, which is what we really need.
Ready for battle.
Okay, our hoplites start moving back this direction because its next turn is going to be winter and we want to be able to take this city. We could do it just with an auto-resolve here. And you know what, since this is kind of just a crap stack anyway, that's kind of tempting. Let's auto-resolve it, see what happens. Okay, got massacred, but oh, and looting it actually won't give us that much money. I mean, 10 grand is still a lot. I can't remember what my finances are at right now. Let's go ahead and just loot it. I think normally I wouldn't do that, but pretty sure we were going to have a rebellion anyway. Spy, start working this angle. And it's not like we don't have the armies available. To put down any rebellions immediately. Alright, now these guys, because this army I didn't really initially want to keep anyway, if I remember right. Because I just confederated these guys from Rhodes. Let's be a little bit careful about how we merge them so that we can get units as healthy as possible. Go with replenishment rate for now, I guess. Not really too concerned about that army right now, though. Alright. We did get a level up here. Alright, so we can get Warcry for this general and more melee attack skill. Gonna see what we can recruit. So technically, because of this building, we could... You know what, can I just convert that to one of mine? Or just repair it? Let's just repair that one. You know what? Since we're taking it off of Greeks, maybe we can just repair it. That one we need to get rid of, though. Craftsman's quarters, that makes me think it... Was it even Greeks? Because these guys are Greek, aren't they? Or at least they're Hellenic. So a lot of their units I can... Or a lot of their buildings I can keep. My main thing right now is I don't want to spend the money to repair these if I'm just going to have to dismantle them anyway. We'll go ahead and repair them and hope for the best. Okay, back to fixing this army. We can't recruit anything immediately because we didn't technically lose any full units. But obviously when we start to merge stuff out, we will lose those units. Thereo spears. That might not be bad, but probably not for this army. Georgian swordsman could be good, and the Pergamon Thereo swordsman could be good. Georgian medium infantry is probably my best option right now to refill my ranks. Because what I want to do here is, instead of taking the time to replenish, I want to just pick up some new troops and keep going. Oh man, I can't wait for that unit. Okay, we can probably only recruit 2 units per turn. Oh, we can actually do 3. I wonder if we can do more than that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and merge out some more of these axemen. We're losing some good experienced units by doing this, but I think it's important to keep pressing our advantage. We'll go ahead and get rid of these archers as well. Okay, so as many of the Georgian swordsmen as we can pick up in 1 turn. That grayed out while I was recruiting this unit. That was confusing to me. We do need to pick up some more archers here. They don't have very good archer options, but I don't really have any good alternatives anyway. I'll see what to do about those next turn, I think. Over here, nothing crazy needs to happen. We could pick up some mercenary knights, but we can't be attacked next turn because they don't have any armies in range. So I don't feel the need to do that. We'll kind of keep these guys floating in between the 2 cities so we can chase down rebellions. Alright. So our major offensive against the Sumerians is going pretty well, in my opinion. These guys are just on defense. These guys, I can't realistically move out of this city yet because I need to make sure they don't attack it with a navy. But let's start getting this general some skill points into actual combat.
Commander.
Alright, so I'll probably rotate this army back over here to play some defense and swap these guys into the front line. And that's how we'll keep maintaining our aggression. Now, let's manage our provinces. Food is good here, public order is not. But the second tier of most buildings doesn't cause too much of... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. It doesn't cause too much of a penalty. So let's do the herding ground, because it'll give us a good balance between money and food. Up here, obviously, we're just dismantling everything. Made a client state out of the rebels. That's way better than having to deal with public order in a crummy little city like that. Okay, food is good in Egypt. We're working on public order. I'm just going to let that play out. Or in Egypt. I said Egypt because I was looking at an Egyptian army. In Syria. Galatia looks good. Public order's not great. So we could do with some extra public order. Public order actually looks good in Bithynia, but I'm going to let that play out at Trapezus before I start upgrading things too much further. Public order here is still a bit of a problem, trying to combat that with these couple of buildings. And I could probably convert this to something more valuable. We got a lot of banditry here too. Alright, I think that's all I need to take care of this turn for my city management. I'm making actually a decent amount of money now at the base tax level. I'm not trying to confederate Sparta or Athens yet. Alright, let's check out our family tree, make sure everyone is still loyal, and go on to the next turn. Rebellion, as expected, new political appointment. Okay, we could probably get peace with these guys, now that they're no longer tied to the Seleucids. Now, let's see, I want my hoplites up to the front line quickly. So let's use the siege army to deal with the rebels. It's gonna draw both of them in anyway, whatever.
Make haste, men. Ready for battle.
Okay. This is actually really good that the AI already kind of has a recruitment base for me here.
That's your command.
So let's bring these guys right up to the front.
Men.
Start these guys rotating back. That little army we can definitely take on with this force, even though it's essentially just slingers. We can still beat that pretty easily.
We hunger for battle.
Until we get an army to put into this city, I cannot take these guys out of it. Oh, I mean I can, but I'm not going to take those guys out of it.
At your command.
Now I'm gonna need the siege army
Advance.
for this settlement, I think it's just those two. And other than that, it's just a bunch of field battles, essentially.
Ready for battle.
It's a little bit unfortunate that the Scythians have taken that settlement. Well, I guess it's not too big of a deal. I was going to say, because it'll make it a little bit more difficult to unify that province, but I won't even worry about that province for now. My focus is going to be these three. But of course, that's after I deal with this one. Alright, so I don't think there's anything else I need to do with my armies. I'm just going to get rid of these guys. There's no sense trying to have them replenish. I really should swap him out, because it's going to take a long time for him to replenish. But do I have any better alternatives? This guy's pretty young and he's got some good administrative stuff. So why don't we go ahead and hire him? Anatolios.
Ready for battle.
There he is. We'll hire him with... Oh, that's actually sweet that we can keep the Rhodian picked hoplites. Is that because I've confederated with Rhodes, or is that because this particular army already has a Rhodian hoplite general? Screw it. I'm gonna keep those guys. They're cool. Why not?
Ready for battle.
One of my favorite things in this mod is the unique units, so let's use them. Okay, you... We're not going to be able to keep an eye on 2 settlements at once in this province because it's just so huge and spread out. So yeah, let's just keep you watching our border over there. Let's start you... We're good on food, so let's start you marching out ahead. Okay. It's a lot of skirmishers to deal with, so we need more cavalry.
At your command.
This army would really struggle dealing with the poisoned arrows. And these guys would too.
At your command.
Okay, so over here we're going to pick up some cavalry. Now what's the... Okay, I was going to say, please be some cavalry I can get with
It's a good life.
non-native. Or with Barbaroi population. Okay, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Ready for battle.
5, 6, 7, 8 units of cavalry against an almost entirely archer-based army. These are quite low-tier archers, but these guys could... I haven't seen them before, but they're probably pretty decent. Got a lot of ammunition too. But anyway, if we can isolate these guys, they won't be too hard to defeat. This army... They got some tough units, but it's not really anything special. Alright, so let's manage this province and then just move on to the next turn again. Get some public order, sanitation, and food. We are majorly in the negative on food right now, so I'm kind of hesitant to do this, but let's just go for it. The problem with this building is it doesn't actually produce food. So let's actually convert that over. The other thing I'm going to do is send a diplomat there to help out with food. We'll send her just because their loyalty is the lowest. Send emissary, help with food at least, and Kavkazos. Okay, the other thing I could have done is just take them out of the national tax, because that'll take them out of the food system as well. That actually would have been smarter. Whatever. Anyone need a level up? Okay, the other thing I need to do is actually name these armies.
At your command.
Alright, whatever. These guys can be Funky's field men. Because they're obviously an army based on field battles. Okay, now we're only getting 2 units here, so I could swap out some more of these levies.
Ready for battle.
The other thing I could do is swap out some of these levy troops. These ones are more valuable.
Ready for orders.
but I think having the cavalry in the front line sooner rather than later would be a good thing, and plus I probably want 5 units of cavalry in this army anyway, so we'll just disband the one that still needs to replenish and pick up just another unit of Pergamon cavalry, I suppose. Would heavy lancers be a better choice? Their attack is better, their defense is not particularly good, their charge bonus is good. Yeah, we'll get one of these guys, why not?
Come, fight with us.
Alright, that should be all. Let me just double check on that one faction, see if we can get peace with them. Okay, it looks like we... Wait, did I get peace with the Seleucids? Oh, never mind. I guess I already had peace with them. Okay, so we're managing our wars pretty effectively. We're still friends with Rome, but that's going to change eventually. Rome doesn't like that I got a treaty with these guys. Was it just a peace treaty, I think? Okay, so we'll keep using all of this as just buffer states. Rome is still doing some expansion, but it looks like they're kind of tied down with Carthage right now. Interestingly, Carthage's vassals seem to be more powerful than Carthage in this part of Africa. But alright, so on the global side of things, I think we're pretty well handled. We're set up for future success. I also need to start recruiting an army to deal with the nomadic tribes.
And all speak of a treaty, and our elders see greatness in you.
Yeah, we could do that. Give us some money first.
A shield wall is always stronger when brothers stand together. That is what...
That's not what I meant to do. I just paid them more money, shoot. Whatever. Agriculture. Alright, that army retreated, good for them. You guys just keep coming around.
Gathering supplies.
While we're here, I'm going to swap out some of these mercenary units just because mercenaries are... I don't like to have too many mercenaries in my armies. I'm not going to replace them with anything particularly good because this is just a defensive army. But we do still need some staying power if we get attacked. 4 units of hoplites, that ought to be okay with whatever garrison we end up with over here. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Once that garrison gets built up, we can maybe even pull the armies out entirely.
Ready for orders.
Okay, let's send you just a little bit forward.
Your next command.
I already miss having that spy down here.
March.
I'm kind of tempted to pull back and do just a little bit more replenishing, because these guys could use the extra manpower. So we'll play it slow for a little bit longer, wait for these guys to get around so we can bring a full-scale attack over here.
Make haste, men. Commander.
Now, public order is still a bit of an issue in this province. I probably should have done another farm instead of a herding ground here. Now let's see which one of these I want most. They're all going to be -8 public order. This one gives me the most immediate wealth. This one gives me the best bonuses. Well, this one's just basically a balance between bonuses and trade. Because it looks like it's basically, this is for trade, this is for like personal income, and then this is kind of a balance between the two. I like actually that this one has the +1% of the second class citizen growth instead of just +0.7. So let's actually go with the coin mint here. Not going to build these up anymore just yet, because we need to know the food is taken care of. Let's go ahead and get some more public order going over here. Okay, it didn't take too long for Rome to deal with the RDA. And that realistically should be all we need to do this turn, I think. Yeah, because you can just hang out over there. Well, this spy can keep moving forward, I suppose. Do you know what? Maybe... Yeah, you stay over here, you actually come check out this city. I'd rather be watching my enemies than a neutral party. I want to find where that army went. I wouldn't be too surprised if they're still just hanging out in the mountains here, but I'd want to find them. Alright, that should be all. We'll just make sure the governors are still deployed.
These insolent fools need silence.
Really don't care about that. Maybe I should,
time when
though.
warriors must sheathe the sword.
Okay, these guys
and
want
talk
peace.
For the good of their people.
If I can maybe swing like a client state deal out of them, that could be good. Because I doubt they can pay me very much. Nah, not yet. I think I need to get rid of their army before they'd be willing to accept a client state treaty. Blackmail. I mean, they have plenty of influence anyway, so let's just do nothing. I don't care. Okay, all kinds of public order stuff going on, but it's manageable. Okay, you guys can actually get in there, so we can start bringing the rest of the armies forward.
To your duties, men. Command for the gods. Ready for orders.
You guys got a bit of extra replenishment. You're essentially up to full strength. Let's go look ahead a little bit, see if we can find those
On the move.
other guys. Not quite.
Ready for battle.
Okay, now we could just launch the attack right now, but I think what I want to do is have my siege army and these guys do the attack.
At your command.
Yes, let's see. Let's wander on into their territory a little bit further and raid.
Ready for further orders.
Pull this army back within range to be reinforced, so they shouldn't dare attack me. That'll just let me have the engagement on my terms. You go down here. There they are. So they didn't move. Go to that side of the border and just hang out for a little bit. Let's wander on back through here, make sure they're not sending any reinforcements down, and then just go back up to this city. Okay, now public order is really bad here, so we need to do something about that. Part of it is this guy. Yeah, -7 just because of him. But I'm not going to bother doing anything about him specifically. What I will do instead is pick someone to send down there to make them happy. Okay, I think we're also starting to build up quite a bit of a slave population. So in some of my provinces I need to switch over to selling slaves instead of, even though we're currently doing public order, I think we need to do selling slaves instead. We're actually good to go up here, so let's sell slaves. We don't quite have that province. Let's sell slaves in Syria as well. Because it hurts our long-term growth or our long-term wealth a little bit, but it'll help out when we're trying to get the public order sorted. And that realistically should be all for this turn. And you know what? Yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We will pick it up next time when we get into the battle for Phasis. And hopefully deal with these guys, maybe make them a client state, we'll see. But yeah, we'll go from there. Hope you guys are enjoying, and we will see you in the next one.